My name is Dan Richardson. I'm a member of the staff and design team for the Phantom Regiment, Rockford, Illinois. And so far we have Tommy Fagan, our drum major. Might mention right now that Tommy Fagan was the 2000 World Champion drum major. Does a great job for us. This year's program is Bartók, Concerto for Orchestra, and Shostakovich, Festive Overture.
Phantom Regiment may take the field for competition.
I wish we could see Tommy Fagan, what he does off the field and for the corps as well as on the field. There's a little technique that we've been using for several years. Sort of gets the crowd going and introduces the concept that Tommy's going to be a conductor. The baton is raised and we are ready to begin. The show was originally thought and designed by the staff as being a vehicle to demonstrate the excellence and the maximum excitement level and the maximum performance ability of each member of the corps. This piece was originally written by Béla Bartók to demonstrate the performance level and the virtuosity of each of the members of the orchestra. So we chose it in order to demonstrate the excellence level of each of the members of the corps. This run here is very difficult. We practiced and practiced this piece and put it at the beginning of the show in order to demonstrate again the excellence of the soprano section and the mellophone section. The music is handed back and forth among the groups, the baritones and the sopranos. The soloists are Alyssa Sheld, Blake Waller, and Rob Keith, baritone, soprano, and mellophone. By the way, Alyssa is a world champion 3 times in a row on the mellophone. There again, we have the back and forth amongst the sections within the corps. The Bartók piece is a very complicated piece. At the beginning of the year, we thought, oh, are we ever going to get this together? Finally, we come together as a hit, and this is one of the moments in the show where everything sort of comes together. The guard together, the horns and the percussion together, and then fade out. The Phantom Regiment, we actually start with the musical program. It's all about the music with Phantom Regiment. And then, of course, adding to it bits and pieces throughout with the color guard and the visual design. If you notice the color guard, their costumes right there were originally designed to indicate that they were tuxedos. The little tails in the back, and we needed a softer color for the color guard because of what's coming up, and also to enhance the color of their flags. Again, it's very segmented throughout here. You'll see various segments going back and forth, which matches the intricate nature of the musical program. And then with a very solid hit, finally, again, matching the musical dynamics and the musical hit. This was a favorite part of the show. Kids really loved to perform this. And I might add that the staff loved to rehearse this, and the kids like to rehearse this. The entire program is that way this year. Very exciting, lots of fun. Again, we have some very typical Phantom Regiment moments here, which are some very big visual moments as well as audio. And we're about to take have one of the very big moments. It was a 360. That is Phantom Regiment. Very typical of Phantom Regiment. And then finally coming to the resolution of that piece. Again, beginning of the year, we weren't sure that we were going to be able to actually perform this musically, but visually we were able to match the intricacy of the music as well. And now we are going into the second movement of Bartók's Concerto for Orchestra. One of the good things about our design team is that the coordination is good in that each of the design moments carries through from one to the other. For example, when the percussion comes in, you really don't notice that the horns are not playing, and that is Brian Mason, of course, our designer, is an arranger and composer as well. From the scatter drill, we're coming into a concert formation. One of the things we like to do visually is to just be there automatically without anyone knowing how we got there. This piece is the chorale, again the second movement. Even though it's quiet, even though it's soft, was one of the most difficult things that we did all year. You heard the first part of the show, which was a lot of notes, but this one was very difficult to play soft and perfectly in tune and very open-ended. Color guard certainly is meant to enhance the musical mood. Again, going from the concert formation into a solid form. And we finally did get it together toward the end of the year, but that was a very difficult thing to control. All right, so that was sort of our valley moment. As you can see, the color guard is beginning to scatter and beginning to raise the excitement level and the tension. And then, this was another hard piece. The horns are spread from the middle of the field all the way to the end zone. Festive Overture by Shostakovich. This is another thing that we practiced all year long in order to get it right, because of the difference in sound from the front of the field to the back of the field. And this is a piece that the students know, Festive Overture. The students also play the Concerto for Orchestra in their bands, so they loved this piece of music. And we felt that the audience probably would as well. And again, the unison toss from the color guard to set up the next piece. There's Justin, our mellophone soloist. Our mellophone section, by the way, was one of the best sections in the corps. We had an excellent mellophone section this year, as well as we did last year, but this year was exceptional. The color guard was also exceptional this year. And each of these productions, we see the color guard having several moments throughout each of the productions in terms of enhancing the music. Trying to change the mood again, and going from the corps to the percussion section and to the color guard enhancing the overall performance of the percussion. Here again is another example of the music in terms of switching back and forth from percussion to brass to percussion again, and you really don't lose a sense of the music. It seems like the music is continuing, and you don't really realize that the horns aren't playing. That's thanks to the excellence of our front ensemble. If you notice, the color guard has different uniforms now. We didn't even notice that, but they changed at the beginning of this piece. This particular area here, with that climax, was an example of building up intrigue and a moment that we really loved to rehearse. The audience loved it. It was a great impact moment, which we call Bebop-E-Dop. Something else which we like to do is to get to a point in the show where the audience is very excited and thinks that, well, this is probably very close to the end. But we like to take it a step further. And this, again, is another back and forth, handing back and forth from one section to another, connected by the color guard. The front line does an excellent job of building this moment. The audience thinks that, wow, this is pretty close. They're coming forward in a company front, and we don't do it yet. It's a little bit of a tease. Almost. We're coming forward again, and it's a climax, but not the end of the climax, and that's often what we like to do in our programs, to take it above and beyond, take it another step. And here comes another step, quite exciting. We didn't add this ending until the end of the year, and sometimes we do it. There's a Phantom Regiment kick. Here's with the color guard. I think it enhanced it tremendously with the rainbow effect of the color guard and the intricate nature of the members of the corps. Forming again another ending, which will take it another level beyond this. Really a great moment for us to rehearse and perform for the audience. Little modulation there, and finally the end of the program. The curtain closes with the saber coming down. That's Eve from Montreal. Here she is. We begin the show, by the way, curtain up, and she throws her saber. Well, I've been involved with the Phantom Regiment for 45 years, and I'm very proud of that fact. I was a marching member in the first drummer people credit we had in Rockford. And for most of those years, we played classical music. Our fans expect it. The members who come to the corps expect it, and I'm very proud of it, and we will continue that tradition.